Shalom, Kohala Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah Kodash, double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect kings and priests who are out there bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Brother Amawan from the Great Millstone branch, Los Angeles, and I'm back here this night with another lesson. Today's date is October 11th, 2022, Tuesday, 11:02 p.m. Another day closer to Esau's downfall and the uprising of our kingdom, which consists of the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans. Brother Amawan from the Great Millstone branch, Los Angeles, and I'm back here with another news update for you brothers and sisters this night. I just want to go into this real fast while I still have enough before I, pass out, go to sleep. A little bit tired, but the will of the Lord must be done. But I'm going to make this fast, Lord's will. As you brothers and sisters can see the title here of this article, the era of cheap foods and cheap gasoline is over. America lived a time of abundance, carelessness, cheap gas, cheap food, cheap movie tickets, cheap cars, cheap deals, clearance sales, all that stuff. Now everything is high. Everything is inflated. Everything is shrinkflation. You don't get the same amount of product in the package. Your package may look bigger or smaller, but everything in it is less. So I'm going to read this article, and Lord willing, this is edifying. So let me get right into it. All of our lifestyles are about to change in a major way, but the vast majority of the population still does not understand what is coming. Throughout our entire lives, we have always been able to depend on a couple of things. There would always be cheap gasoline to fuel our vehicles, and there will be always be mounds of cheap food at the grocery store. No matter who was in the White House and no matter what else was going on in the world, those two things always remain the same. Unfortunately, those days are now over and they are coming back. America, its glory days is over, and everybody is about to witness it on a global scale. Okay, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing a weakening of the dollar. You're seeing America getting hit by natural weather patterns, floods, record heat waves, record drought. Record freezing temperatures, all seasons of last year and the year before and the years to come have been record setting, biblical proportions type things, and nobody understands what the hell is going on. Everybody thinks business is as usual, but they don't understand. Here it is. You got the prophets out there telling you what is to come, this, that, and the third, but our people don't hear. They don't want to listen. Let me get a quick scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 69, and he said, "Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not." And what do our people don't see? First and foremost, they don't see the men of the Lord out there, all right, and the Heavenly Father and His Son being in the men of the Lord. They don't recognize them as the prophets, starting with Great Millstone. They don't understand that the Lord will send prophets in the end days since the beginning of the world, about a time change, a rulership change. And Esau is on his way out. And Salaki brothers, if you brothers hear that weak-ass music in the background, somebody pull up next to me playing that goddamn loud-ass music. But anyways, our people don't perceive what the hell is going on. They don't understand what we're saying. They can see us, but they don't really see. They can hear us, but they don't really hear. Verse 10, "Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." And only the elect is going to be converted and be healed if they refrain from their, which the elect will put off that stony, that hard-headed heart, that proud heart. Not want to acknowledge what is to come, so on and so forth, because the majority of our people don't understand what the hell is going on. They don't understand what is going on. And Jake is going to be trying to find answers, running to and fro Right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Running up and down the earth, trying to hop on the web, trying to see about what the prophets are, try to drive where they at. But pretty soon, you're not going to find us. Amos 8:11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And the Lord will send physical famine of bread and physical scarcity of water. Okay? But also much more the word of the Heavenly Father. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Because the Lord is going to hide his prophets. Okay, he's going to seal his elect in that time. Right? And while the rest of the world trying to find oil, trying to find light, they're going to perish in their iniquity. The same shall know it after death by pain. You know, because while they had liberty, while they was living it up, they despised the Most High and his son. Now you got days of calamity ahead for you. Let's continue to read this article because it's juicy. He said, we have entered the greatest energy crisis that any of us have ever experienced. And it isn't going to go away anytime soon. So you might as well get used to high gas prices. Earlier this month, brand new all-time record highs were set all over Southern California. LA, 646, which that's just one gas station in LA. All right, there's many cities in LA County that are higher than 646, man. Orange County, 642, same thing. You know, it's higher than this. These are just low gas stations. Well, you would say medium-priced gas stations. Ventura County, Riverside County, San Bernardino County. You know, these and mind you, this is in the state of California. One of the most expensive state to fucking live at, man. California gas prices is ridiculous, man. I spend damn near close to $100 a week or maybe less on gas, man. You know, but this is high, man, and it's only going to get higher. But that isn't the real problem. The real problem is natural gas. Thanks to the war in Ukraine, supplies of natural gas in Europe have become extremely tight, and this has pushed prices into the stratosphere. Over there in Europe, right, in France, okay, in all these places in different cities in Europe. Right now in Europe, you have a fuel gasoline shortage in a particular city. They're talking about prepare for a dark winter. Millions can be erased, deleted. This is the time that we entering in. This is the real problem. Needless to say, this is going to greatly affect food production in the months ahead, according to Bloomberg. Over 2/3 of all fertilizer production capacity in Europe has already been shut down due to soaring natural gas costs. Europe fertilizer crunch is deepening, with more than 2/3 of production capacity halted by soaring gas costs, threatening farmers and consumers far beyond the region's border. This is an absolutely massive story, but hardly anyone in the United States is covering. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about how Russia is a great supplier of fertilizer, which farmers need to plant crop. When in Russia is a major exporter of that, when they in Ukraine likewise, when they're not able to push out these natural resources into the world, who suffers? The rest of the world, man. The global economy begins to fall, and you see that. You see OPEC, Saudi Arabia cutting production of oil. You know, so your gas prices is going to go up. It's up, man. This is an absolute, I'll write that. Global fertilizer production is going to be greatly reduced, and that is going to have very serious implications for agriculture production all over the world. Not going to be able to plant. Nitrogen plant shutdowns in Europe are not simply a problem in Europe, she said. Reduced supply on the scale seen this week not only raises the marginal cost of production of nitrogen fertilizers, but will also tighten the global market, putting pressure on plant nutrients availability in Europe and beyond. we're already seeing prices elsewhere rise again. The price of the common nitrogen fertilizer in New Orleans rose over 20% in weekly prices Friday, the most since March, a few weeks after the war begun, according to green markets. I know that fertilizer may not be the most exciting topic for a lot of people, but the truth is that approximately half of the global population would starve if we didn't have any, you know? And we are in the world will starve a time like never before. And here it is, they're cutting off fertilizer, man. So a time like never before is we're reading about it. We're entering into it. We're counting the days down. All right, what else more do you need to see, Jake, to understand? Okay? What else more things do you need to see, okay, for you to understand? Okay? This is Isaiah 42 and 18. Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but he heareth not. You know, our people don't hear a damn thing about what we saying. They hear us, but they don't act upon it. They don't prepare themselves. They don't take it serious. They think it's a joke. They think the Lord is a joke. The same God that flooded the earth, they're calling him a joke. Gave you a covenant for you, with all nations, for you to look at that rainbow, right? So you won't you will remember your former ways, and not and the world won't go underwater anymore. But this place have forgotten, okay, the kingdoms that passed, and how they went and how they went out. You know, I'm gonna skim through this. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to skim through this. I want to read this part here. In fact, it is estimated that nitrogen fertilizer now supports approximately half of the global population. In other words, Fritz Haber and Karl Bosch, the pioneers of this technological breakthrough, are estimated to have enabled the lives of several billion people who otherwise would have died prematurely or never been born at all. You know, these without this fertilizer, man, it'd be over with. And these elites are taking that away. The only way we can come close to feeding everyone on the planet is by using vast quantity of fertilizer. But now fertilizer plants all over Europe are being forced to shut down because of the price of natural gas. People can't run their warehouses, so they can't produce more fertilizer at these fertilizer plants, man. Because why? Gas is too high to run the tractors, the trailers, you know. It's too high, so they can't pay for it. Therefore, they're forced to shut down. Therefore, the supply chains disrupt, right? As long as the global energy crisis persists, the global food crisis will also persist. Russia is normally the largest exporter of natural gas in the entire world, and an end to the war in Ukraine will go a long way towards solving our current problems. But there isn't going to be an end to the war in Ukraine. That's right. There is not going to be an end to the war in Ukraine. Let's get this scripture real quick. This is Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, we see war. We see the war between Russia and Ukraine, psyop wars. Russia really fighting America, right? China and Japan. North Korea. I'm sorry, Salakia. What's that? Japan and Taiwan, China and Taiwan and America. You know, all going at it, all doing economic wars, physical wars. You know, shellings and bombings. You know, this is happening, but the end is not yet. For nation shall, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which is happening. Food shortages, spreading of more diseases, and earthquakes, and earthquakes in many places. Diverse meaning different. Different places everywhere there's an earthquake, tremors and all this. All these are the beginning of sorrows. We are entering into the beginning of sorrows. You got people sorrowing right now. You got people crying because they can't make it through the week. They got to borrow. They got to spend. They got to do things that they never thought to do to make $1. And it's going to get that much more worse. Once again, Western leaders are assuring us that the war will not end until Russia is forced out of every inch of Ukraine territory. That includes Donetsk, Luhansk, and Crimea. Of course, yada, yada, yada. You brothers get the point. No, I'm going to keep reading, actually. And as it currently stands, there is no offering for this war. Instead, we are simply counting down the days until it goes nuclear. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is truth. It is very true. This thing is about to go nuke. You learn. Okay? You heard what Vladimir Putin say. We got missiles to hit. We got missiles to hit American soil. Okay? Look what your man, former President DJ Trump said. Donald Trump's anonymous, and this is from the importantnews.com. Donald Trump's anonymous end times warning: we will end up in World War III, and there will be nothing left on our planet. Straight up, there will be nothing left on the planet. Let me read the meat of this. It says, this is Trump speaking. We must demand the immediate negotiation of a peaceful end to the war in Ukraine, or we will end up in World War III, and there will be nothing left of our planet, all because stupid people didn't have a clue. They didn't have a clue. Trump said they don't understand. They really don't understand. These elites are going to try to hide, man. Esau trying to play like but then again, because Trump they couldn't control Trump, but this is the will of the Most High, okay? Because our kingdom must come to pass. So the Most High is putting it on the hearts of these kings to fulfill his will, okay? To fulfill his pleasure, okay? What is the Most High's pleasure? To bring WW3 across. He said, 2 woes have passed. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And you're seeing the third woe build up. Okay, build up of the WO right in your face. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So these kings' spirits, their mind is being controlled by the Father of spirits. And what moves he tells them to make, they do it. Okay? And what he has ordained is nuclear fire for America. Okay? And all those that, the 2/3 of our people, all those that are unfit for the kingdom. All right? This place is about to go up. So, let me see. See if it's a little bit more. One very prominent pro-Putin voice named Vladimir Solovyov is suggesting that Russia should strike back, going after critical Ukrainian infrastructure. Ukraine should be plunged into dark times. Bridges, dams, railways, thermal power plants, and other infrastructure faculties should be destroyed throughout Ukraine. And they're going to do it. Wait until winter comes when this thing really heats up. And I spoke on this when Joe said about the Armageddon. This is big. This is good. This is great news. This is what it is. This is where we at. This is where we at in prophecy, man. In the Lord's setup. Finishing up here. It says, and once the Russians use tactical nukes, the West will do the same. As it currently stands, there is no off-ramp for this war, because this is the Most High's will. You know, these Russians got hooks in their jaws. They got an evil thought in their mind, and they about to come against the land of unwalled villages, man. Instead, we are simply counting down the days until it goes nuclear. If the American people truly understand what was at stake, there would be massive peaceful protests all over the nation right now. But why isn't people protesting? Because we're living in a time of Noah, the days of Noah. You know, people are in fucking la la land. People are distracted by the circus. The circus is open. The circus, the broad place, the bread and circus. You got your entertainment. People got their television. These entertainers they're watching out there. They're following them on Instagram. They're busting their ass at the job to live like somebody that they not. You know, they want to be this. They want to be that. Not concerned about the Lord coming. All right, they're out. They're partying. They're marrying. They're, doing everything. Okay, as ain't nothing happening. Like you had that woman out there in Ukraine. She was just on a TikTok. Just walking through the city. Next thing you know, a damn cruise missile come flying over the building. And next thing you know, the camera and foam is shaking and rocks and debris is everywhere. And she, face all wide, eyes open. Like shit is going, like it's business as usual. What you people are going to realize is that the war has started, man. America was at peace, but now it ain't no peace for America. Okay? The reign and demise of America is happening right now. Okay? Matthew 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Just like it was in the time of Noah. We ain't doing nothing different than what our forefather Noah did. We're building and we prophesying. Years, man. A long time. Though it's tarry, we waiting for it. Ain't nothing new under the sun. How shall I compare it to it? Hey, just like how I'm gonna come, this is how, just like how Noah was in his time, and they were living it up, and Noah was building and all that. It's gonna be the same thing, For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. You're going to have people literally giving in marriage, having sex. Oh, this is our last moment, or whatever type of indulging of the flesh these people are doing, they're going to be doing it. And the Lord is going to catch them when they know it not. These people, you ask the average person right now, anybody, you know what's going on in Ukraine? Do you think we should protest? You think there should be more protests about peace for Ukraine instead of going nuclear? People are not concerned with that. What is Ukraine? Where is Ukraine? Motherfucker don't even know how to spell Ukraine. Shit, I probably don't even know how to spell this shit. But, that don't make you, smart or less smart or whatever. But, the average Jake don't know what the hell is going on, man. They don't know what's going on. It says, until the day that Noah entered the ark and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You see, the flood is going to take these people away when they don't even know. Let's look up this word new. The word new. It says new. To learn to know, come to know, get a knowledge of, perceive, feel, to become known. Okay? To know, understand, perceive, have, acknowledge. Right? Our people haven't perceived, the flood before it even came. They don't see, it's like before a storm comes, you start to see the wind pick up more stronger. Right? It's all calm at first, but then it starts to get way more stormier, and you got to find shelter. And our people don't have shelter. They don't have the rock Yahweh shot to go to. What do they have? Fucking their dollar, their cars, their houses, which is all going to get ran through and melted. Meanwhile, the worst multi-year mega drought in 1,200 years continue to absolutely ravage agriculture production in the western half of the United States. Brothers, like 1,200 years, man. That's a long-ass time. This is the worst drought in 1,200 years. You know, don't let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? This shit is dope, man. What the Lord is doing, man. This is dope. Well, what else more do we need to see than to know that the Lord is real, doing what he said he is going to do? A reporter from Fox recently visited the cornfields on Wayne County, Nebraska, and what he discovered is extremely chilling. I'm standing in the middle of a cornfield that if this was a normal year, or in other words, if the corn was growing the way it was supposed to be, you wouldn't even really be able to see me right now. It says it would be way up above my head, but now I look at this, maybe knee high at best. See what I'm saying? So, evil, man, brothers, is going down, man. You know, it's going down. It says, food prices may seem high to you right now, but the truth is that this is the lowest that they're going to get. The cost of living is becoming extremely oppressive, and countless people out there are really struggling to make it from month to month. You know, because people are don't really have it. They're losing their job. They can't make ends meet. They got to substitute. You know, substitute this for that. You know, they can't really have too much of this. They got to do less of that just to survive, man. And that's not living. While everybody else, these rich folks, these rich elite bank, they're fine. They're not worrying about a damn thing. You know? Finishing it up. It says, this is Sirach 40:9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sore calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Death, bloodshed, strife, sore, famine, calamities, all these things are for the wicked. Okay? They ain't for the righteous. This is why the flood came. Because of the behavior of the people on the earth. And the behavior on the people on the earth is fucking insane. And we thank the Lord for bringing what he's about to bring. Because you people fucking deserve every last inch of the Lord's indignation that is coming to you, man. Because you're willingly ignorant. All right, our people, man. You're willingly fucking ignorant, man. Now, hey, look, check this dude out. You call this living right here? Earlier today, right, I came across a tweet from a 47-year-old lawyer that really hammered this point home. 20 years ago, working as a server, I lived in a corner, one-bedroom apartment downtown with amazing water views for $700 a month. A similar apartment now is $3,600 a month, more than 5 times as much, man. As a lawyer at age 47, I am unable to afford living in an apartment I did at 27 while waiting tables. This dude went to check that shit out. And he's one of billions of Americans. This nigga was a waiter at a table when he was 27, right? Making more money, making less money. Because the time of the living cost was much lower then. Now the living cost is higher. But he lived a better life back then working a less stressful job. You know? He had to go to school. He had to go in debt to become a lawyer. All to pay more the times the rent that he did when he was younger. You call that fucking living, man? Hell no, man. Sadly, what we've been through so far is just beginning. The cost of gasoline is going up, is going to continue to go up. The cost of natural gas is going to continue to go up. The cost of food is going to continue to go up. In fact, the cost of just about everything is going to continually go up. The artificially inflated lifestyles that we were able to enjoy for decades are now disappearing, and there is a tremendous amount of pain on the horizon. We were warned that this would happen, and now a day of reckoning is here. I will encourage you to prepare accordingly. You see, brothers, we are here, man. We here. We are here. We are here. And I love it, man. I love it that the Lord is moving on the earth, and he's doing everything he said he would do. Okay? And so I'm going to close it out with this scripture here in 1 Thessalonians 5:1. Brethren of the times and the seasons. Salakia. Fucking tired. First Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? You know the season. You know what time it is. You don't need anything else but the signs that you see. Right? The day of the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night, where all these people are worrying about themselves. I'm doing me. I'm doing this for my kids and that. The holidays, Halloween, better days is ahead. We're going to get through this. Ass people, you about to get a rude ass awakening, man. From Yahweh Shemi Shai. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. They're not going to escape, okay, the judgment of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Here it is, Joe Biden telling you not to worry, go get vaccinated against the hurricane and all this stuff. But you're not going to be able, no matter who get up on there on TV and say, oh, we gave you, like, for instance, California just got a relief check, right? Because inflation is so high. Here, let me give you this piece, this little money right here, because I know you going through some hell. That's giving you peace. That's giving you so-called light at the end of the tunnel when there isn't any light. There's the perfect storm is in preparation, man. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. You are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Sober is having our minds exercised unto what is ahead. Because everybody out here is drunk. Okay? They drunk, and when somebody is drunk, they can't discern between right from wrong. And that's the world. They're super faded. You ever seen somebody super faded? Eyes is crossed, slurring their words, barely can walk. That's the world, man. You know, the scriptures say a double-minded man is like a man who is tossed to and fro in the sea. You know. So yeah, brothers, I'm gonna end it there. You know, just wanted to go into this article, man, and it's happening. What else more do we need? Call Allah Yahweh Shemi Al Shabbat Shemo Kakodash. Till next one, I say Shalom.